do you mean if I want to learn tarot fast, I have to do math? No. Hello everyone, my name is Madame Macabre, and today I'm going to be teaching you what I wish I had learned all the way back when I was first learning tarot, because oh my god, it would have cut my learning time in half, I kid you not. What I am talking about is the art of sacred numerology. No, I don't mean like the kind that are being used by conspiracy theorists. I am talking truly about the ancient mystic art and how it directly relates to the original tarot. That's right, not a lot of people actually know this, but the original Rider-Waite tarot deck was created with numerology in mind. So if you can learn just the basics like 1 through 10 of numerology, that is going to slash the time it takes for you to learn how to read tarot. Because I know it can be intimidating if you are new. Seeing that there are 78 cards and they mean different things upright and reverse, that's terrifying to think about having to memorize all of that. The good news is, you don't have to worry about memorizing all 78 plus different meanings. All you need to do is understand the way the tarot deck was originally made. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be making a series of videos breaking down how to quickly and easily and effectively learn to read tarot, taking all of the intimidating memorization and guesswork out of it. And today, we're going to be laying down that groundwork. And even if you're already reading tarot, I urge you to stay and watch this, because if you're not familiar with numerology, you might learn something new and it might help you along in your journey, because as you know, in the divine arts, we will be students until the day we die. We will never be done learning. Also, if you find yourself reliant on the book, this will be a powerful tool to help wean you off of it. Anyway, that's enough dilly-dally, let's get right into it. So before I actually start talking about numerology itself, let's make sure we have a basic understanding of the suits of tarot, as that information is going to be just as important to figuring out the meaning of a card as the number that's on it. So, if you are new to tarot, essentially what you need to know is there are 4 suits in the tarot. That would be wands, followed by pentacles, then swords, then cups. Each of these represent different things and have a different element that is associated with them. So first we have wands, which is the element of fire. That has to do with a spark that drives you, inspiration, motivation, doing things, creativity, and passion. Next, we have the suit of pentacles, which is the element of earth, material things. This often has a lot to do with finances, money, and work opportunities. Next, we have the suit of swords, which is the air element and also known for being the masculine energy of the suits. This represents logic, communication, and intellect. And finally, rounding out the suits, we have cups, which is the element of water and the sacred feminine. This has a lot to do with feelings, emotion, intuition, as well as spirituality and divination. Okay, I hope you're taking notes, because that's all information we're gonna need to build the full picture, because honestly, the secret is, that's already half the information you need. Now we just need the number, and with those 2 things, you will have all the tools you need to start immediately being able to piece together a card as soon as you see it. So back to numerology itself. As far as it's concerned with tarot, we only need 1 through 10. In numerology, 1 through 10 represent cycles, where 1 is the beginning, and 10 is the ending where you're ready to begin anew. So in tarot, we don't have a 1, we have an ace. So just like in playing cards, aces are going to be our 1s. Whenever you see an ace, regardless of whichever suit it's in, it's always going to represent new beginnings. So for an example, if you were to say get the Ace of Pentacles, you could immediately use that information to already tell what that's going to be. Since it's pentacles, that has to do with money, finances, work, and since it's an ace, it's new beginnings. So, bada bing, baba dook, just like that, you already know that this card means there's going to be a new financial or new work opportunity on the horizon for you. It's literally that simple. I hope this revolutionizes your life. All right, we got all that? Now we're going to move on to the next number. 2s. In numerology, 2s represent making a choice, a duality of sorts, or of things coming together. So depending on the suit and the context of the symbolism in the card, which that will be the topic for a later video, which I'll go more into the meanings of the cards and how you can decipher that from the symbolism of the picture itself. That's also why, if you're new to reading, I highly recommend starting out with the original Rider-Waite deck. I know there's so many gorgeous, beautiful decks out there, but if they don't use the same symbolism as Rider-Waite, you're not going to be able to follow the symbolism of the cards and you're going to get lost and confused. So start out with either the Rider-Waite deck or one like this Ethereal Visions Illuminated deck, which is heavily based on Rider-Waite, so the symbolism stays the same. Alright, anyway, back into it. Twos in numerology. Duality, coming together and making a choice. So, for example, the Two of Swords. The suit of swords being that of logic and intellect, and two, in this case, choices. You are going to have to make a difficult choice that is really going to push you to have to think and use your higher cognitive power. You don't want to be emotional in making this decision. It's going to be important to think it through, because either way you look at it, this is a choice that's going to suck to have to make. All right, moving right along. You starting to get the hang of this yet? Next up, we have threes. In numerology, threes are a social number of social gatherings, of get-togethers, of creation, and also following the energy of a two, where twos can be about choices, threes can follow that energy and be, after the decision was made, you are now waiting to see what happened. So depending once again on the symbolism and the suit of the card, you'll be able to decipher which one of those meanings this three is for. So for example, the Three of Cups. Cups, once again, being the emotional suit. In this card, the Three of Cups represents a time of a social gathering. This card urges you to get together with your friends, that your spirit is going to be refreshed and you're going to feel so much better. Now is the time to get together and enjoy companionship. Again, the meaning will change based on the suit, because if it had been a Three of Wands, that one would have been more related to having had made a choice, whereas the two energy of making the choice in the Wands, which is the suit about energy and motivation and drive to go and do things, the Three of Wands, you have gone and done the thing, you made your choice, and now you must sit and wait for all your ships to come home, so to speak. All right, next up, we have fours. 4 in numerology is a good, strong, stable number. It often has to do with stability, or sometimes the lack thereof, or even feeling stuck and not content. In our example right here, I have the Four of Wands. Now, in the Four of Wands, this speaks of stability, specifically in the home life. You can see from the symbolism here that it's like the four pillars holding up a happy home. So again, the suit will change the meaning, but it's a whole lot easier when it's only a couple of things that it could mean, rather than trying to remember all 78 cards. So in this case, the 4 being stability. An alternative example being the Four of Cups is about discontentment, how you're feeling too comfortable, too everything being the same and everything too repetitive, it's a pattern, you've gotten sick of the stability and now you're discontent. Following the 4s, we have 5s, which in numerology are the number of change. Something's gotta give. So for example, the 5 of Wands. So this card speaks about being in a time with a lot of stuff happening. There's a lot of competition. There's lots of people who are all vying for the same attention. This card urges you, what can you do different? What can you do to stand out amongst the crowd to make yourself succeed? What can you change? 5's the number of change. So in the spirit of giving a second example yet again, think the 5 of Cups. That's a card about not crying over spilled milk. You've lost something and you feel real sad. How can you change the way you react to loss? Following the 5s, we have the 6s, which in numerology represent balance and harmony. So for example, I've got the 6 of Pentacles. Now, in this case, Pentacles being the suit of earthly things, money, finance. You are doing so well in your own finances. Now is a time where you can afford to be charitable to others because of this balance and harmony within your own life, and particularly because of Pentacles, your money. After the 6s, we have 7s, and 7 is actually a really cool number with numerology. It's a very important number. 7 is the number of introspection, the ability to look inward and trust your intuition, trust your higher cognitive power. They also urge you not to rush into any major decisions because you probably don't have all the information yet. Something might be hidden from you. So, the 7 of Cups. In this particular card, it's about emotions. So the symbolism here is there's a lot of different cups, a lot of different choices. This card, the 7, is telling you now is not the time to rush in and make a decision based on your feelings. There's lots of choices in front of you, and you don't actually have all the information to safely make that choice yet. You need to slow down, meditate on it, really listen to your gut, and hold off until you are 100% sure you're not making a reactionary choice based off of feelings alone. Next up, we have 8s. Traditionally in numerology, 8s represent karma. You get in what you put out. As above, so below, you will reap what you sow, so to say. Alright, so for our example, the 8 of Pentacles. This card is telling you, because of the Pentacles, it's related to work. And because of the 8s, it is in regards to what you put in, you will get out. So this card is telling you now is the time to study. Now is the time to really crack down and improve your trade, because in the long run, it will pay off. It can also counter as a warning that if you're not putting in the hard work, that's also going to pay off, and it's not going to be in a good way. Next up are 9s. Now we are reaching the end of the cycle, or the apex, right before the complete and final resolution. So in this case, we've got the 9 of Wands. Again, Wands being the energy of having gone and done things. So in this case, with the energy of the 9s reaching the apex, you did the work. You got there. You are right at the finish line. So this card is telling you, do not give in. Do not give up. You worked so hard to get here. It is literally on the cusp of paying off. Gather your courage, push through, and you will finish that race. And finally, my friends, we have reached the end of the cycle. 10. You've closed this chapter, you've finished it, you did it, and now you're ready to start anew. In this case, we have the 10 of Cups, or as I like to call it, the happily ever after card. Cups being feelings and emotions, and 10s being completion, resolution. You got what you wanted. You have your happy ending. You've got a healthy relationship, a healthy home. You are feeling whole and complete and happy, and it's a good day, my friend. Though I am obligated to tell you that 10s are not always sunshine and rainbows, because the closing of a chapter, the ending of a cycle, is not always picture perfect. For example, the 10 of Swords. You get that one. That's what I like to say, well, can't get any deader. That chapter's closed. That issue's done. You're sad about it because you wanted it to work. That card is telling you, it's done, it's not gonna happen, let it go, it is dead. Same sort of message, but that's another way that 10 can apply, that ending of a cycle. So I genuinely hope that this was helpful for you guys. I know it's a lot of information to just dump on you all at once. However, I genuinely do believe that if you truly sit and you learn and you study this stuff, it's gonna come so much faster for you and everything's gonna start to click into place. I also know that we didn't quite cover the court cards, and that's for a reason, because the court cards don't have numbers associated with them. However, we can cover those on a later day. Anyways, I hope you found this lesson to be enlightening, and if you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer them as concisely and quickly as I'm able to. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, remember everyone, stay creepy.